Oh my. Hi guys. Hi. Okay, so I came in early. I'm gonna wait for Debbie and Lexi, but I wanted to discuss a few things. That's why I came in a little early. So we're gonna talk about Diddy real quick. Hi Gwen. Hi Tracy. So we're gonna talk about Diddy real quick. Um, today, today, yesterday evening, Jonathan Odie. You remember the guy who went crazy in the Trump hotel and he was telling the cops all about Diddy and how he had sex with Cassie and Diddy and all this good little stuff. Hi Chantel, hi Wisco girl. I mean gal. Well, my goodness. People thought this man was crazy. He wasn't crazy. He was telling the damn truth. And the NDA that he signed in 2018 for $5 million has come to light. Diddy paid him $5 million. Remember, he said that he had got an STD from Diddy. Now he's a former porn. Well, he was in the adult industry, and that's how he met Diddy. Now, just because you signed an NDA, but when it comes to legal issues, that NDA don't mean shit. Like Cassie's NDA doesn't mean anything. Nothing. This is a federal case. Whether it was federal or state, it doesn't mean a thing. So, Odie, we don't know if that's going to be brought into his trial, but this man was not lying about his relationship with Diddy. Not at all. So that NDA came to light, okay? He was telling people how he was having sex with Cassie and Diddy, okay? But that NDA has now come to light. Okay, so we have that. Then we have Diddy. They're still questioning all the jurors and stuff. And they're asking the jurors the questions that are being asked of these jurors over and over again. Do you have any family member or have you yourself been a victim of sexual assault, sexual harassment, domestic violence? It's all been asked for each and every one of the jurors they've questioned. We know that they let go one guy who said that his wife had strong feelings about Diddy, but he said it wouldn't cloud his judgment. He was let go. One lady was let go because she watched the fall of Diddy. So she was let go. So they're still in jury selection. But the whole thing is they were hoping to start the trial May 8th or 9th. At the rate they're going, I'm going to say Monday. I've never known a trial to start on a Friday. But then again, this is federal. We don't know. Now we have Smokey Robinson. Hi, House to the Bomb. Hi, Chantel. We have Smokey Robinson. I think I shocked everybody with that one today. Smokey. He loves it when we're cruising together. The tears of a clown. Smokey. Smokey. Well, 85 years old. And Smokey has been accused of being a serial rapist. A serial rapist. This was filed in court. Yes, well, was it yesterday or this morning? It was this morning. It was filed in court. He's facing a $50 million civil lawsuit. They're also suing his wife, okay? Because they said she allowed it. Just like I said about Camille, I said about Bill, they should have got Camille as well. I read about Smokey yesterday. I was like, yes, Smokey, Chantel. Smokey. I need to call my mother to check on her too. So, also in the Diddy trial, okay, in the Diddy trial, Mark Garagos was caught saying that the prosecutors are a six pack of white women. The judge wasn't too happy with that at all. So there are six women that's on the prosecution's team. They're trying Diddy. They're white. Okay. Now, I just read somebody said that they didn't want women um on the jury. I don't know, but they can strike a juror for any reason. For any reason, they can strike a juror. Okay, they can. And like I said, when I did that little, I meant to do a premiere. I didn't mean to do it like I did it, but then I took little excerpts and stuff from it and posted it. But they can strike a juror for any reason. You look the wrong way, you look like you're avoiding looking at Diddy, they're going to kick you. If you look like you're smiling too much at Diddy, the prosecution is going to kick you. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the questionnaires that they're asking, now my thing is the jurors are not going to be sequestered at all. They will not be sequestered. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but shit, everything's been out. Everything has been out. So, but they did ask to delay the start of the trial about a month ago, and the judge says, "Hell no! You picked that date. You said you would be ready, and let's go for it. You're the ones that said you were going to be ready. I said it then. I said there is no way they're going to be ready for this trial. Uh, well, they said May. So the jurors' age, well, the potential jurors' age are from 38 to 87. Okay, so we have an American Airlines pilot, a social worker, a kitchen designer, a physician assistant. You have a librarian. Some people say that they watch the New York Times, or they read the New York Times and listen to NBC. They're asking them everything, everything. Also, the three cops that were on trial for killing Tyree Nichols in Memphis, they were found not guilty. But remember, they were all convicted in a federal trial. So they still are facing federal prison time. They were convicted, they were found not guilty by the state. But in the federal thing that happened, they were found guilty. So, five of them are looking at serving federal prison time. Let's see, what else was there? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I did tell you guys that Diddy's defense now is that, he wasn't in his right mind, basically, because of all the drugs. And they said that he wasn't forcing, he was just a swinger. He's a swinger. That's what it is. He's a swinger. So anyway, those are the updates right now for those. Now, Smokey Robinson, I put into I'm pulling that affidavit and I'm going to go through it. I don't know if I'm going to do it live or I'm going to do a pre-record, but I am going to pull it and put it up there. And also, I'm going to get Jonathan Odie's NDA. I've seen a picture of it. I want to see the whole thing, but it was signed. Diddy signed it, and it says Sean Combs representing Bad Boy. The whole thing, he signed it, everything. $5 million. So let's see. I heard 85. Yeah, he's 85. Smokey Robinson is 85. All right, I'm ready. Whenever Debbie and Lexi, here we go. They're here. Hello, hello, hello. Debbie, what are you?
Hello.
Debbie keeps dropping herself. Okay.
I don't know. I kept on pressing it to come
I
up.
was pressing it at the same time
But
when I
then you
let
were
Lexi
sending
up.
me back down.
Yeah, I just have to knock that out really quick with those updates. I had to knock that out. So, how are you ladies doing?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. I think I pulled my arm out of socket today. Anyway, I'm doing great. All right. So we have 90 days on deck. Hi, Michelle. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Tracy, I think I spoke to everybody. See, me too, Gwen. I hate when they do that. But why are you waiting? Why did you wait? They did it with Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. I think Camille knew exactly what he was doing, just like Smokey's wife. Okay? She didn't give a shit. She was reaping all the benefits from it.
Mm,
Okay. All right. What do you think about that, Lexi, about Smokey?
you know what? I know it's wrong, but it's like at this point, stuff coming out from way back when, it was a different time. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
But
It's wrong.
even if it's a different time, it's still
It's
assault.
wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's wrong. But it's like, and I hate to say this, we put up with more back then.
Well, that's true.
I
But
hate to
notice
say
they said
it. I really
Hispanic.
do. It hurts me to say it,
Yep.
but it's like I'm a realist. You know, I was that chick that had to straighten my hair just to get a promotion at work.
But think about it. They said Hispanic women. They
Mm-hmm.
were all Hispanic. So I'm thinking they were probably illegal. But maybe not because, well, maybe they're
Maybe
legal now,
not.
but
Maybe not. I mean, we do got a different sazon to us.
Yeah, you probably
ooh,
got it
Lord.
right. What does life
Debbie, what do
look
you
like?
think about Smokey?
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
What?
Today was a mess at work. A lot
Girl,
of
it
meetings.
it just smashed all over the place. I was like, before I can even go live, I'm not go live, but do an update or do like a little mini video, it was all over TikTok. So I grabbed the lawyer. He was, I was like, let me get the lawyer real quick. Let him put him up there. Yes. And that's some shit. I forgot I wanted to call mama early, but I was ripping and running. I want to see how she's doing. Yep, it was the housekeepers, the cooks, the people that clean their homes. Yes, those are
Oh,
the
so
people.
they were convenient.
Yeah, they were convenient. One lady said he would call her and tell her to come meet him wherever. And in that part of the house, there were no cameras. But they worked in these homes in
Mm,
Las Vegas and California.
I
I
don't
wonder
know.
what the interviewing process was for him.
You got to be young, Hispanic, don't speak really no English. I don't know.
I'm just asking a question.
But that attorney said it was sexual misconduct of the worst sort. So they said the affidavit has all the details. I want all the details.
Of
They
the
said in
worst
that
sort?
affidavit is graphic.
So is he into kinky stuff?
I guess so.
I'm like
Smoky freaky?
smoky be freaky deaky.
but,
I don't know.
huh?
I said Smoky be freaky deaky. We don't know.
Well, we can see you, little freaky. Okay, but just think of his song, The Tears of a Clown, when there's no one around. You know what I mean? All them songs had meanings. I got to go back and listen to Smokey.
Uh-oh. I guess I know what I'm doing this weekend.
But the Daily Mail reached out to him, right? They said he started talking and mumbling incoherently, and he said, "This don't sound right," and he hung up the phone.
I mean, ain't he also 500 years old at this point? Like,
Yeah, but they said that he sexually abused and financially took advantage of these women for
and
many years.
I could see that, especially if they were illegals.
Yep, and that's what I was thinking. But baby, I am pulling that affidavit. I want to read all the juicy, juicy details.
Then I guess you're gonna let us know.
Of course I will. But
Mm.
one lady said that he offered her $500 for oral sex and she refused. And he forced her to do it. He
Mhm.
offered her cash. Look at his
See,
wife.
people need
She
to
wasn't
pay.
sucking his dick. She too pretty.
Mm-mm-mm.
One of them said he would call her in his bedroom. He was just in his underwear. And then he put his fingers. Girl, I gotta read this affidavit. I'm gonna read it
Where'd he put
all.
his fingers?
Up her coochie.
Oh, I thought he was doing something else. Never mind.
You a mess, Debbie. You a
And
whole
the best
mess.
part is he's on tour right now at 85 years old. Okay.
Doing
He's
what?
doing.
Freaky Deaky tour?
I
What?
guess so. So we got my boy Jeffrey Osborne lost his wife. I saw Jeffrey like 4 years ago, 5 years ago in Lake Charles,
Oh.
and he still had it. Still, he was 70 something then, still blowing. He lost his wife last month. I said, Lord, please don't come out with nothing but Jeffrey. Smokey, okay, that's mama's thing. But don't come out with Jeffrey. Okay, let's not do this. We know what happened with Teddy. Okay, we know but all this stuff. We know but Luther, but don't come out with nothing on Jeffrey. That's it. We know about Charlie Wilson. You know, we know about all of them. But Smokey, mm. And I'm sure Quincy Jones died just in time. I'm sorry,
Just in time.
just in time. But did you see? I posted Diddy's. No, I didn't post. Diddy's lawyer thinks that, not Diddy, R. Kelly's lawyer says that Diddy is going to snitch. She says she's seen the same thing with people distancing themselves from Diddy the way they did with R. Kelly. Just like I told you guys when he went live that time with that little kid and he was calling out all these names, people that should be, owing him and standing in his corner. She thinks he's going to snitch. I have that. I need to post it. He could barely move. All right, let's do.
Can't.
I'm sorry, but that shit blew me away. I'm like, Smokey? No, not the green eyed bandit. That's my daddy. Leave my daddy alone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When he came to the rodeo, we took mom. We had VIP seats. I was lit by the time he came on at 11 o'clock in the afternoon or the morning. And I was up there screaming, Daddy, Daddy, because we had to listen to him all damn day. And this woman go, oh my God, that's his daughter. I said, no, but as much as my mother played him, he owes me child support.
Oh damn.
It's just, hey, Amber. Amber, I'm going to go back and listen to the live you did earlier. When I went in, you were ending it, so I have to go back and listen to it. But hi, Amber. Okay, I'm ready, guys. Let's do 90 Day. Let's knock it out the park. Let's get it.
Okay.
Where you
You
gonna
know,
start?
I had to rewatch it just now because I watched it on Monday, and I forget easily things, especially when they're not top of mind.
Monday was crazy. Tuesday was crazy.
Sorry,
And
not
I told,
sorry.
yeah, and I told Debbie when I talked to her, I said I talked to her late last night, her time, and I was like, hey, I said, can we go live tomorrow? I said, because I know. She goes, that works, but I'm going live with Jamal for a little. I said, okay. I said it after that.
Oh,
So
I had to cancel that show. I wasn't prepared.
you did?
Yep. And it helped me get some extra work knocked out. I had to cancel the show.
Oh my
So,
God. Oh,
um,
I didn't know. Okay.
no, no,
'Cause I had
no.
to, yeah, I had to watch Sister Wives. So, and I had to watch it over and keep rewinding it. But I'm good now. All right. So, where do you want to start at on 90 Day?
Debbie.
You picked a couple because I can't remember who was on, but I
I
think I have a
always
vague
pick
recollection of the
first.
Okay.
stupidity.
Let's do Debbie's boyfriend, Sarper.
I'm in full
Sarper.
agreement with Harper.
I don't understand what she's fighting about. I'm
I
on
don't.
Sarper's side. She could go shut up. I'm
I'm in
done.
full agreement with Harper.
But what are they fighting about? She says that he's mean to her. They came back from Montana, and what, 2, 3 days later, she's packing up shit, taking it to a new work, and she says that he's being mean. What have we missed? And then we talked about her posting all this stuff the last time about they probably won't be on any more episodes, and nothing has changed on her post. So what is the problem? She said he was acting like a freaking asshole. What did he do?
Called his family and told him he missed them.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
wait, that was Marty. Sorry.
But
But
if she thinks that he is being mean to her, don't you think she's being mean to him? She's literally throwing him out of the 2x4 domicile that they share so that she
okay.
can do her clients. He can't cook in the place. He can't go down to the beach. He can only stay on a corner. Like, I think she's being meaner to him than he is to her. But then again,
But
we're not there 24/7.
but okay, I'm gonna say it again. Since she has him on her turf,
Mhm.
she's probably treating him differently. He's now in the States. He's not in Turkey. He's here with her.
So she
Mm-hmm.
got the upper hand.
She has the upper hand.
Nobody likes her. Speaking for myself exclusively.
Exclusively.
Well,
I
So,
I think it's a ploy.
but she said that he did a series of things, made a series of choices that put them in a bad situation. Bitch, you brought him into a bad situation, and now she doesn't know if she wants to get married. What the hell did he do? He went to the beach. He talked to a girl and said hi. What did he do?
if she can't explain what those series of decisions were or what actions were, then I'm looking at her shady.
Mm.
Okay. Does anybody know what Sopper did? Does anybody know?
I have no clue. I thought maybe I missed it because I actually rewound it a few times. I'm like, did I miss something last week? Maybe. I don't know.
No.
Nah, Lexi, like, I have no idea what they're fighting about.
We have
Yeah.
no
So
idea.
I think that that's just
So you
analytic.
think they're trying to get on the last resort?
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's production?
Yeah. Maybe not production. Maybe just their own accord to get on the last resort.
Okay. Got you.
Just
Okay.
try some crazy shit just to get on shows.
Yeah, I think he went to the beach without her permission, saw some women in some bikinis, had some conversations. She went down looking for him because he's not on the street as on the corner like Debbie said. He's at the beach. And she got all in her feelings because these women are young and natural, and she's
I'm sorry. I believe nobody is natural in LA.
well.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree
I'm
with you.
talking about 18, 19, maybe. I don't know. But then again, they're not even natural at 18, 19. Okay. All right.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
So, what about Greg and Joan?
Ah, that was such a cute story this week.
Oh, God.
So he got a job?
He got a job. He took her to the city. She had pizza. Like I really connected with that because I'm a New Yorker. That was nice.
He bought her a dollar pizza, which I know is probably not a dollar anymore because I'm thinking
No,
back way in the day.
no.
But he took. I'm wondering whether he paid for that room because the Time
Me
Hotel
too.
is the exclusive hotel for
Thank you.
production.
Thank
I mean,
you.
come
He couldn't
on.
afford that room. I'm sorry.
No,
That room is like $450 a night. He couldn't
That
afford that room. Well, that was back in the day.
Jesse, remember Jesse and Darcy went there.
Yep.
There was another couple that stayed there. Like that's the equivalent of the hotel in Santo Domingo that was on Chantel. And every time they go to Santo Domingo, that hotel everybody stays at.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He can't afford that hotel. But then again, maybe he's lying. He has money. But back in the day,
Or maybe it
it
was
was
just
like
production.
360. It depends on what floor you're on and everything. I was like, there is no way
I
Greg
believe that's
afforded that.
production. I believe that's production only because I know it firsthand. They will switch hotels on you because it's easier for them to film in certain places.
Okay.
I
Okay,
know
so
it firsthand. I know it from personal experience.
well, I believe you on that because I was looking, I said, bitch, you can afford one by the train station.
Exactly. He
You
probably
know what
got
I
one
mean?
in he probably got one in the Bronx by the D train.
Yes.
And production was like, "Yeah, we're not doing
That
this."
would not work. We can't even get our equipment in here, with the bed up against the window or against the wall.
Hey,
He
listen,
can.
I grew up in the Bronx by the D train, okay?
Yes, Michelle. It is the hotel that they put them up at for the tell all.
Yep. But
Mhm.
I
But
was
what
laughing.
killed me though, what killed me was that he's a big 30 something year old man and never opened a bottle of champagne.
I know
Uh-uh.
that was weird. That was
He
weird.
can't afford it.
You can
No,
you
come on.
can
You
even
know
afford
there's cheap
Andre. That
champagne out
used to
there.
be $4 a bottle.
Oh,
You
okay.
you can afford apple cider. Come
Yeah.
on.
But he had rose petals. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Girl, when he first walked in that room, I didn't even look at the lobby. I just caught him when he walked in the room. I said, bitch, you can't afford that room. That's the first thing I said.
Damn.
Well, when I saw the pedals as a hotelier, I went into like almost shock. And then I said, wait, he's not gonna bring real flowers because he can't afford it. So
Nope.
those are from the dollar store. But yeah, never bring real flowers to spread on a bed at a hotel.
Especially
Hotel
if it's
doesn't
a
like
white
it.
thing because it stains yeah. The red,
Hmm.
if the stuff rubs off onto it. Yes, that is so true.
And you're gonna get charged for that
And you
duvet.
will be charged. Exactly. Exactly. So we learned that in Pennsylvania, that hotel would have the fireplace.
That's
But
why when what's her name?
well,
Who's
not
the gal?
Pennsylvania. It was
Tiger
Cherry Hill.
Lily and Adnan. They were at St. Regis or the Ritz when she went over to
Uh-huh.
the garden, and they screwed up that duvet. So they had to pay for that.
Our production did.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think
Yeah.
they paid for that.
No, I don't think they paid for that at all.
Hmm. You think production gonna put them up at that type of hotel?
Adnan has money. Tiger Lily doesn't. His family has money.
That's why he paid for it. He
Could
put
be.
he put that mess on the bed.
Hmm. But I know when we were at Cherry Hill, when we went to New Jersey that time, well, I was always in Jersey, but this time we went up. We had the nice room with the fireplace. It was just beautiful. It was Valentine's Day. And when we saw the real rose petals, and well, it was roses on the bed. When I saw that, I said, oh shit. So we flipped it over. We flipped it over. Yep. And then they did try to charge us. And I was like, excuse me, girl, we took them flowers. I tucked in a bag, put in my, I didn't want no evidence that we had flowers. None. Hmm. So I'm good. All right. So Greg and Joan, yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't all of that. But we know he didn't afford that hotel. He can't afford it. He couldn't afford it at all.
No.
Uh,
But it was nice that he got a job.
it was,
And
I'm
he's a
beginning to
bad
believe
actor.
like,
He's a very, very bad actor. 'Cause
okay, let me tell you, I'm beginning to believe what Debbie said. His father must work for the state because there's a lot of people that probably applied for said job, and he had already turned down another state position, but you get this one. and you accept it,
Mhm.
but they're
Mm-hmm.
not telling us what the job is. Is it working for the transportation? Is it standing at a toll booth? Is it monitoring traffic? I mean, what is he doing? Any idea?
Mhm. No
No.
idea. So, which makes me think that the first job and the second job were fake.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. Our favorite couple, Jessica and Juan.
Still boring. I agree with Juan.
Uh-huh.
However, if he didn't state these things 2 years prior or a year prior about incorporating his culture into the wedding, shame on him. But
Yep.
at the same time, he's a guy. Guys don't always think about
Yep. But
this,
she should have thought of it.
but she should have thought of it.
Yep.
She should have thought. I'm sitting here in the middle of planning a wedding myself, and he ain't thinking about any of that. And I asked him. He was like, "No, I'll wear the guayabera that they wear in your country." Got
Look,
you.
I'll do whatever you want, Lexi, as long as you
Mhm.
just don't leave me and kick me out to go sleep.
By the D train.
Oh my god.
Riley's like, I don't care. What? You want to wear a monkey suit? Okay, I'll do that.
But
But
I ask those questions. I have people helping me plan this wedding, and they're like, "Yo, isn't he gonna put any input into this?"
yeah, but the thing is, she's selfish.
She is.
Okay, she's happy that he's there, as his as Megan's husband stated that she's gonna have to take care of everything. Excuse me, she's been taking care of everything. She's been taking care of three fucking kids. She got pregnant on purpose. Juan is not used to being home with sick kids doing everything, and then they don't appreciate what little cooking he tries to do. But
Mm.
he's not happy. But if he goes back to work on the cruise ship, is that going to hurt his K1?
He can't go back. That's a fake storyline.
That's
Okay.
a fake storyline. He can't.
If
It will hurt his K1 because he can't work while in the U.S. At least
no,
not
it's not
yet.
even that. But if he leaves, he can't come back.
Now, didn't somebody say he was a bartender someplace?
I
Maybe
thought I
now.
saw him doing bartending at the local bar there. But you see him, he was
Tell you.
smart. He came off the ship, but never broke like never really told them when he was gonna sign his next contract to come back. So he's still affiliated with whatever agency
Yeah, but
that gets him work.
how do you not tell them you're leaving the damn country? Let's think about this. You didn't send them an email saying you quit or that you're leaving, but
No,
your
it's
boss,
contract work. It's contract
what?
work.
Okay, it's
When you
contract
work
work.
on the ships like that and you're from, like you're not US, even if you're US based, you sign a contract for a certain amount of months. And then you come off and they give you a break and then you can sign back up again to go back on for another 6 months or 3 months or whatever. So it's kind of like a 1099.
Not
And you go through
okay.
agencies to secure that work.
I got you. Now, don't you
Hmm.
think Megan's husband, what's his name, Herbie? The fact that
Hmm.
him and Juan are supposed to be real good friends, don't you think that's kind of weird since Megan is always up in Juan's business? Why don't her husband ever question her about why is she so concerned about Juan's relationship with Jessica?
Because that's not in the script.
It's
Okay.
not in the script. He's a guy. Guys don't always. Actually, they do.
But he
Guys do.
watched her sit there and attack him that night. They went shoot pool or bowling, whatever it was. And then she told him that I'll destroy your life. What the fuck are you going to destroy, Megan? What?
Yeah.
Are you threatening this man? I just don't. I don't. I don't see any chemistry with Juan and Jessica at all. I see no chemistry. None. And he
How
said,
long ago did they do their original show?
what was it, 2 years?
Yeah, they was in Love in Paradise, and we left off with her like fresh pregnant.
Okay, so 2 years. That means they filmed a year prior, so it's been at least 3 years. And this
Mm-hmm.
they probably filmed a year ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
It's
don't
been
know.
a minute. It's been
Bartender
a
in
minute.
Utah. Wait a minute. She said he's a bartender in Utah.
I believe.
Ooh,
I thought they
he'll
lived
get
in
paid more in
Montana.
Utah.
I thought they lived in Montana.
They're probably close. He'll get more money in Utah, especially if he's working with the Mormons with those speakeasy bars. He'll
Okay.
make good money.
Okay.
In
What
Utah, they have those
about
right on the border where you can. Yeah, they have. Yeah, like those speakeasy ones that you were talking about.
Because the Mormons not supposed to drink, but
Nah, but they
they
find a
do.
way.
shit? Have
Mm-hmm.
we watched the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? They're a
Uh-huh.
bunch of alcoholics. Um, they're
If
a
I
bunch of
Yep,
were a
you can
Mor-
alcoholics.
tell
if I
it
were a
is.
Mormon, I'd be an alcoholic. Sorry, not sorry.
Do you know they're thinking about doing the Real Housewives of Rhode Island?
Why? What's in Rhode
I don't
Island?
know. I love Providence. I have family in Providence, Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
So
Rhode Island. Rhode Island is beautiful.
I have family in Providence as well. It's all Dominicans
Really?
out. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
have
God,
big
Lexi.
community over there.
Lexi? Look, I'm gonna say,
Yes.
look, we may be related. No, I'm just joking. But no, I have a family in Providence. Providence is gorgeous. Well, the parts where they're at, and it reminds me a little bit of old New Orleans with the cobble and the brick roads and stuff in some areas. So I kind of like that area over there. Um, what about Mark and Mina? Which we didn't really see that much of Mark this time. But what about Mark and
No,
Mina?
but I think Mina's tears. Oh, I love them. Margarita Pat was it? She was back.
Yes, I love her. I love her.
I think those tears were real. I I
So
don't
what
I
was it
don't.
called? It was Stitch and Bitch. It's a crochet group. Stitch and
Yeah.
Bitch. That's it. I like that.
Classic.
I like the daughter. The daughter that was on the couch with like the majority of the people
Yes.
facing her. That daughter was like, what you putting in that prenup?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think those tears were real. And I like
Nice
how
one.
was it Pat that said to her, listen, oh no, who said to her, if the family's doing this, they don't like you. Who was it that
Ooh,
was
maybe that was maybe that was Pat.
I
Because
think
I
it was
remember,
Pat because she was shaking. I think it was Pat.
and she would probably know more about his family too. And then it was the daughter who was saying no. And Pat also told her that she had to make sure that whatever she signed takes care of her and her
And her,
children.
yep.
And then
So
she dropped the
dumb.
bomb that she said, I'll sign it if you adopt my kids. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
First of
smart.
all,
that was smart.
is the little girl not his name is not on her birth certificate?
No, I think she was talking more about her son.
But
But
did
she
you
said
see?
plural.
Huh. But
And she was
I
born in
think
France. So we would have to check and see if they still have like old laws that state, if you're not married, the father can't go on the birth certificate.
I don't know. We need to look. But I love when she was taking down all of these pictures of the ex-wives of the girl. And when she asked Maria, Maria, do you know this woman? Who
Oh
is
yeah,
this
that
girl?
was funny. I'm like, I said that was production. That was production.
But he should have taken that down, period. You're bringing this woman into this home. Why would you have pictures of your ex-wife? I can understand the kids, but you don't need pictures of your ex-wife. Put that in a photo album somewhere.
Yeah, but the picture of Kamala Harris, that was
That was
production.
cute.
That
Yes.
was that was production. Because if she really didn't know who that was, they set her
Well,
up.
she probably didn't. Think
She
about it.
probably didn't because she busy at the club. She ain't got no time to know about politics. She barely know Brigitte Macron.
Yeah,
So
well,
do
if she
you?
gonna study for that citizenship test, she needs to know politics.
Yep, she needs to. Do you think that Mark is going to adopt her son though?
He
If
better.
it's in the prenup, he better.
He better if he wants her to sign it because she wants to make sure that her son is going to be taken care of. And I don't blame her since, I haven't heard anything about his paperwork or him coming to the
His
States for her
passport
wedding,
or
which is coming up
yeah.
real soon.
Mm. She gonna marry whether the child is there or not.
Of course, we know that. But still, don't say something and then turn around and go, I'm just so sad that my son isn't here. But she was crying. She's upset.
No,
And
those were real tears.
yeah, those were
That was
real tears. And the fact that this is his first time away from my understanding, it's his first time since she's been there that he's taken a pilot's job. And then she got lost. She couldn't
that was funny. She got lost.
find the house.
But okay, so I put it back on in the background. Those tears are real. It's coming up that scene, and
Mhm.
she wiped all of the foundation off her nose.
Yes.
She's like,
Girl,
"Bring
I
it
think I
over."
found the foundation she used. Yeah, those ladies, I love those ladies. They are telling her the truth.
Yeah.
They're not sugarcoating shit. That's why it's called stitching bitch. I love old women like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her the truth. Um, who else did we have? We had Madi, and Stevie. Jesus Christ.
You have a
I'm
lot of
starting to think
problems with
that that
that
was a
name.
real concern.
I think she's bisexual. I'm
I
sorry.
think
I
so
think
too.
she is.
I'm starting to think that that's a real concern. That wasn't just a storyline. I'm
No, it's his concern because of his religion.
yeah.
Now we're going to see his friend is there next week. I guess his friend is coming for the wedding because he said that he's there. He's there for his friend. I think she's gay. I'm well, not bisexual. I think she's bisexual. He made a point. He said that if Stevie was telling the truth, she'd be swearing on this, swearing on that. She never did any of it.
And her father brought it up too when
Yep.
Steve said it. Her father. That's the part I was like, he sees something. Her
Well,
father
does he
sees.
know why she got divorced the first time?
No. Why?
Well, I'm wondering if that was a reason.
But he has legitimate concerns that
Yeah.
if he marries her, she'll tell him after the wedding, and then he'll be trapped.
Yeah. No, that's a real concern. I believe it's a real
Hi,
concern.
Snuggle.
I don't think it's production at all.
Well, but we saw the thing where the friend is telling him, he's got too many concerns to go through with this wedding. And that man is telling him the truth.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't respect his culture or his religion. And that's the problem I have with her.
Well, if he's paying to be married to a straight white woman who's an American citizen and who will process his documents and he's paying for that, then I think he needs to know.
But he also told her that if they broke up, that he would stay in the States.
But that's true because he has paid her for the
Yep.
documentation.
Well, look at Jasmine and Gino. They're still married, so she could stay.
Mhm.
Ooh, we don't want to discuss Jasmine and Gino. Jesus. We don't want to discuss Jasmine and her fake ass tears and her own personal tell all and how she felt that Gino trafficked her. And girl, don't let me get into Jasmine right now because
All
I'll
I'm
blow this
saying,
whole.
for
Yeah.
an immigrant to stay, they got to stay married even if they're not together. That's it.
But Jasmine has her green card.
At this point, yeah. At this point.
Okay.
But Marty
So,
doesn't.
but
So he'll
who?
leave her, but he'll have to stay married to get processed.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah,
Here's the
for like
thing.
5 years. I think it's 5
But
It's
years. Now.
5 years.
Jasmine,
It's
you know.
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
it went down from 10 to 5.
Yep. So Lexi, I'm gonna ask you. Jasmine's had this baby. She's married to Gino.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gino responsible for that baby as well?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think so. I think
He
that's
is
Matt's
under the law
responsibility.
of Michigan, under the marriage law of
Yes.
Michigan.
Yeah,
Any
you see, I
product
don't know.
of a marriage, a child, he's the father of and responsible for it.
But she had the baby in Florida. Does that make a difference? But
But
they were
she
married.
is married in Michigan.
Michigan. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that one.
Yeah,
I
I
really.
looked it up. I looked it up. And it's basically the same law everywhere. If a man and a woman are married and she has a child, because she is legally married to him, that's his kid.
Mm.
In the
That's
eyes of the
true.
law, that is a product
That's
of
his
their
kid.
marriage.
Yep. Yep.
See, I
That's
didn't
true.
know that. I
Yep.
never
Yeah.
looked
That's
that
true.
up.
That is true. That's what I was
Nope.
wondering about because Gino's fucked right about now. He is. If Jasmine wanted to put child support on Gino until they go to court, she could.
Hmm. And likewise, the boy, the guy from the gym,
Yep.
he would have to fight to get like
Custody.
visitation
To
of
get his
birthright
name on
for
the
that
birth
child.
certificate. But if she took him to court until they went in front of a judge, he would have to pay temporary child support until
Hmm.
they can establish paternity.
Yep.
He
And
would
get
be
all
fucked
of the
right now.
paperwork changed and all of that. But under
Yep.
the law of the marriage laws of Michigan, that is Gino's child.
Yeah, I never looked into that. I don't know at all. I will.
Hmm.
I will concede to you on that one.
Yep.
It's kind
My
of
That's
only
the
like
first
point
thing I thought
in
about when I
bringing it
heard she
up.
was pregnant. And I
My only
actually
point in
discussed that.
bringing it up is
Mhm.
that she had to stay married in order to go through the process, even though they were broken up.
Yep.
So
But
I
she,
feel the same with who the hell
yep.
were we just talking about? Marty and Stevie.
Yeah, Marty and Stevie. But the whole thing is
He would
every time
stay
I hear them
married.
lie about 2 weeks after the tell all, they went their separate ways. Bitch, you went together before you went to the goddamn last resort. Shut up. I'm sorry. Okay.
but it's also the same for Natalie and Mike. You notice
Yep.
he didn't divorce her right away.
Nope. He stayed married to her
Right.
until he
Hmm.
kept his promise and brought her mother there. And then he had Coates' mom give her
The
divorce
paper.
papers, Debbie. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she got her paperwork before the divorce, right? She got her status.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She had a
Yeah.
status. Her mother was here and everything. So, yep. But I want to see what's going to happen because when she's telling him, just let it go, girl, you're not convincing him you're not bisexual. Not at all.
She's
You
making
already
it
know about
worse.
the paintings. You already know about his religion. You lied to him and told him that they send you photos. Then you go, so what's the difference if it's a photo or if it's in person? You
Big
lied.
difference.
There's a
You
difference.
lied.
You
There's a
lied.
big difference. You lied.
Mm. What about Sean and Aaliyah? I'm so sick of this storyline.
Oh my God, Sean and Aaliyah. Sean has a point. Like she's changing way too fast. I think Aaliyah is not taking that into consideration. It looks like they made it, but I
I
don't.
don't think Aaliyah cares.
I don't think Aaliyah cares
No,
either.
I
I
don't think
think Aaliyah
Aaliyah
just wants to
cares.
be here.
Aaliyah wants to be here. I think her and Sean, I know she still lives in Sean's home because of the brownwood doors when she's doing the filming and stuff on TikTok. But I think if they are married, they have an open relationship. He does his thing and she can do her thing.
Yeah, because when he said, "I like what I like," I was like, "Yeah, he doesn't want her to
Yeah.
do the gender."
No. And then she wants the breast implant. So he's sitting there with his big old head, looking like
No, he looked like Burger
The
King man.
Michigan
He
man.
looked like the Burger King.
Yeah, and that big old head of his, I'm just like, can the camera just back up a little bit, please? Can the camera just back the hell up some? Because his head takes the whole frame.
Mhm.
Okay, seriously. But she's doing a little too much. She's been here. We already know it's been 60 days. She's trying to get everything in at one time. Now, she hasn't had any breast augmentation done. I see her on TikTok. She's still wearing the padded shit that she has in
Does
this
she still
scene.
have an
She
Adam's
hasn't had
apple?
any breast. Yes, she does.
Okay.
I see her on TikTok. Yes, she
So she
does.
didn't get that done either.
Nope. But if she's going to get it done, she's going to expect Sean to pay for it. What if he says, fuck no? You want it done, you pay for it yourself.
I got you into this country. I'm gonna stay with you, but you do your own shit.
I think maybe
Yeah, because
they'll
she's doing
wait.
some little thing where she goes, she stands in front of the camera and she does countdowns. Then she does it 3 or 4 times and then she takes a break. So she's working, doing sure. If you're getting
Hold
all this,
on,
what?
hold on, Michelle. Look at what Michelle wrote.
Her
Did she
face
really
looks
say that?
softer. It
It
does.
does.
It
She
does.
probably went on hormones,
Yeah, she's
but
taking hormones.
I bet you anything they are. She's doing like her little
The
influencer
Burger
thing,
King man.
saving up money until she can travel. And how much you want to bet their first vacation will be over to Thailand?
Probably so.
They'll
Probably
get
so.
they'll get the surgery over there. They do it really well over there,
Oh my
and
Yeah.
god, I
it's
saw
cheaper.
the funniest meme this week. The most
What did you
beautiful
see?
women in the world are the Thailand men from Thailand.
Yeah, the lady boys.
Yeah, the lady boys. Yes.
Oh my god, I fell out when I saw that.
I remember when my cousin used to go to Thailand all the time, right? And we used to tease him. I'm like, what the hell are you going to Thailand for? I remember one time he went, he was supposed to be seeing this girl. She was pregnant for damn near a year and a half. I said, boy, I know you're not that damn dumb. I'm serious. He was sending her money. I'm like, have you, no matter how much I fuss, I didn't say another word. So my son actually went with him on the last trip he went on. And this was like 3 years ago. And he met, he told him, he was like, she told him that they had a daughter, but she didn't want him to see him. And he was like, man, are you stupid or what? She's trying to get more money out of you. And yeah, he was that damn naive. He's working overseas, making all that goddamn money. And he's got some little piece of shit in Thailand lying to him. I said, don't let me come over there and whip her ass, because I will. I don't know if I'll be able to leave or not, but I'll go over there real quick. Anyway, so yeah, but he told him, he goes, but they used to tease him all the time. So are we going for the late? He goes, no, it ain't no key. He said, well, no, I checked. I said, okay, look, okay, make sure, because they tuck really well over there. Okay, they do a lot of tucking. So okay, we have Amani,
So
Matt.
hold on.
What?
Can I go back a little bit?
Yes, go ahead.
Mhm.
Michelle wrote in the chat that she heard Stevie say that she was bisexual in the beginning.
Oh,
Anybody else catch
I
that?
didn't. I heard her daddy asking about a woman. I don't remember her saying that. Am I the Michelle? I'm gonna go back and listen. But I know her daddy was, when she was someone, she met somebody and the daddy brought up a woman.
Yeah, the daddy said it was a woman. That I remember. I remember that scene.
Michelle, if you heard it, I believe you. I'm gonna go back. Do you remember what episode it was? Was it the first episode? I'll go back and listen. Yeah, he does look like the Burger
Stephen is
King man.
civilized.
He does.
Mm-mm.
But
Of course,
Michelle,
Michelle.
yeah, I did see that, but I was like, yeah, but I don't. If she wasn't, She'd have said it to put his. See, that's what he's saying, Ryan. He said that she swears on everything. She goes all out to try to convince him that she's not.
Whenever, yeah, yeah.
But this is not what she's doing. This is not what she's doing. So, and for her to tell him, just let it go.
I'm
No,
not
you're not
answering that
convincing.
question. Let it go. I'm not answering that question.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's not doing anything. He said he's known her for years, is what he said. He's known her
Hmm.
for years. And she's always been she if she wants to convince him of something, she swears on this. She goes out of her way to try to convince him that she's telling the truth. He said she's not doing that now. He
Yeah,
said
he
she
did
will
say,
swear on so many things to make
and
him believe.
that's why he has those doubts.
Yep. And for her to just tell him, are you happy now? Just let it go. I want you. I love you. That's not telling this man. And then he says, so you're saying you're not. She goes, no. So is she saying no? She's saying she's not saying that? Or is it what? What are you saying? But even her dad had questions. And Debbie was right. He brought that up. He was surprised because he asked her, was it a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, it
Huh.
seems like they're going to have a showdown about this, and she is going to admit to it.
What?
Yeah.
When are they going to have this showdown?
I don't know.
Probably at the tell all for all we know. They always like to leave stuff like that for the very end.
No, no, they can't make us wait for the tell all.
No, well, it says
They
that
do.
they have a very tense scene when she tells him, and it makes him wonder if they can get married.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, 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 okay. We're
I
going to
could
see.
believe that. Yeah, I could believe that.
Okay. Well, let's see if he does it because it's against his religion. He better go find another single white female that's
Well,
not
he gonna want
bisexual.
his money back, and she already spent it on, painting.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be getting married in a few days, according to this last episode.
Or in
Well,
2 weeks. Or
Huh.
is that
mm-mm.
Jessica and Juan getting married in 2 weeks? I forget.
That's one. But their
Yeah.
wedding is in a few days, is what she said. Because his friend is there next week. We'll see. Okay. Aaliyah and Sean. Aaliyah wants to do all of this shit, the transitioning. She knows that this has put a barrier between her and Sean. Sean fell in love with the dingaling. He likes the bare chest. You know, uh, she's not thinking about his needs, and he fell in love with a male, not a female. He was married before. And then she wants to talk about gender reassignment surgery. And did you see the look on his face?
Yeah, he's not with it at all. He is not with it. And I actually feel bad for him. I really do. I don't like him because I think there's a level of manipulation there given the age difference. Um but I kind of feel bad for him in this regard because he's not with it. It's not what he signed up for, and you could see it all
Nope.
over his face.
So why didn't she just stay in Brazil and have all this damn surgery done since she was a nurse? She was
I
a
want to live
nurse.
in America. Everybody's free in America.
But she had scheduled this appointment without even talking to Sean about it.
Yeah,
And
he
then
was like,
she
okay,
asked
I'll
him
go
to
with
go.
you.
Yes.
Hmm.
She wants to look, the bone here with the hormones. So she's doing that. And Sean again says, I fell for a man. And he says every nuance of Douglas that he fell in love with is being erased or has
It's
been
being
erased.
Yeah.
She's not getting that.
The main part of
Let
Douglas
me.
that he fell for, the booty hole, can never be erased. So he should
But
be just
Aaliyah
happy with that.
says, no, Aaliyah doesn't. She goes, their intimacy is strained. She doesn't want it in the booty hole anymore.
She
She
doesn't
wants
want
it.
it there.
No, she doesn't.
And they
Well, then
talked
where else
about
is
the
she gonna
gender
take it?
reaffirm, where she puts it at now, with the gender reaffirming, the new home
Girl,
she's
that's
gonna
not gonna
create.
work. But if he's paying, but I cannot help but say, like, from the moment we first watched them on Love and I think it was Love in Paradise, their whole
Yeah.
storyline has been manufactured or a reenactment. It's just like there's too many holes in it right now. He is uncomfortable, but I do think he has an arrangement with her that he wanted to help her get out of Brazil.
And
Yeah,
and
that's
I
how
can
it's
believe that.
feeling.
And
Yeah.
that's why their open relationship, as she was questioning about it, and he flat out said, as long as I'm getting what I want, I'm happy. And if I'm not getting what I want, then that open relationship is going to still be there. And I think they have an open relationship.
Yeah.
He don't want no
Um.
more businesses. He don't want that. He wants pecs, as he said, in the doctor's office. And did you see the way she looked like his feelings don't mean shit to her? But then Debbie, again, I'm going to listen and say, okay, maybe it is a reenactment, but to see him be as uncomfortable as he is, I'm not happy about that. But she hasn't had any of that surgery done yet. And if he has to pay for it, I doubt it seriously. Ooh, I just got a new Coach bag sent to my phone. No,
Oh
look,
shit!
no,
I
somebody's
just
asking me,
saw
do I like this
something
bag?
on this episode. I just saw when Greg and Joan were in New York, they were showing the New Year's Eve ball, and it said
Yes.
Yeah.
2024. So they filmed in 23.
Yep. They've okay. So Joan and it did say that.
Yeah.
That shows you how boring they are.
Ha ha. So by the way, Michelle, I just like Michelle put something in the comments. She was asking a question about paying for the US paperwork.
Uh huh.
Um, I know for a fact that the fees last year they did go up. So they probably filmed at some point right before the fees were going up.
Because he
And they
brought it
went
up
up
to her on the couch.
drastically. They went up from like,
Yeah, because
from
he's the
what
one
my
now.
mother was telling me, they went up from like 7 grand to 10 grand.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, so that's why he was saying if we could get
Yeah. So
married
I believe
earlier,
that.
I could
Mm-hmm.
save money. And I'm like, you could save money? You mean Stevie could save money? So that's why I think he's paying
Because
for
he's the one that told
everything.
her he was checking on up, and they need to move
Hmm.
Amani, Annie, and Matt.
They are dragging that storyline. Like two
Thank
weeks
you.
ago, we saw this boyfriend show up and they still didn't do, they still haven't said anything.
Well, we saw that they went out to meet him, so we're gonna see Brenda. But I think he's the one that told her that they were meeting because she just shows up,
Yeah,
and
but
but
that
they
whole
didn't tell her.
Brenda scene, they teased it. What, 2 weeks ago they teased it?
Yep,
That whole Brenda scene?
yep. About two. Yep, yep. But who is this guy, and why were they funneling money through him? That didn't make any sense either. And Debbie was
That's
right,
her
but I
pimp.
thought that
Yeah, that's her pimp.
That's her pimp. She got so
mm,
much freedom because she the bottom bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
girl,
No,
don't
but
be
I
saying
agree with
bottom
you.
bitch in here
That's her
now.
pimp.
That's my favorite term. Bottom bitch. Bottom bitch. That is my favorite term. $2 matches hoe. That's my favorite
I
terminology.
did not know that that was your favorite term.
Yes, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Of course it is. the date that Matt and Annie went on, I couldn't understand why Amani had to be there. So what did she do?
She's
Just go
jealous.
there? I didn't understand.
Amani's jealous.
And why did he have a red band on his wrist?
That's
Because
from
he's
the
old enough to
resort.
drink. What was the red band for?
That looks
Maybe
like a
spending all
resort
his
band.
wishes.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that's probably the resort band. Yep. Okay. But they checked into a hotel when he went back there. Because they're
Yeah,
back
but
in Guadalajara, right?
it's probably to get access to certain areas of the hotel.
But wouldn't it get wet? Because it's paper, it's not plastic.
No, that stuff holds up. Those are the same ones that they use in some resorts in DR. That
Okay.
holds up.
Probably the
Yeah, it
same
holds
ones
up.
that they use in a hospital too sometimes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it holds up.
Yeah, because we had the little key fob thing when I went to Puerto Rico. We went to that resort. So, okay. All right. Anything else about them that was special, that was exciting, that did anything for us besides dragging this shit on and on and on?
I think she lied to Amani.
I think she lied to Amani too. I think she was just telling her that to make her feel better. I
Yup.
still I
Because
still
there was
say
some chemistry there between her and
there's
Matt.
chemistry between her and Matt. I
Yup.
think she was trying to make Amani feel better, but she wasn't counting
Stop it.
on Amani telling Matt what she said, but I think she was just doing it to calm her down because she was acting like a fucking crazy person that night. I
Yeah.
still think she wants Matt more than she wants Amani. That's been my belief from the beginning.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, yeah, but that's been my belief from the beginning. But anyway, uh, did we miss anybody else off of 90 Day? What is that? Oh, is
No,
that the dog playing with his toy? The squeaky. I'm
It's
like,
the dog. I hid the toy. He found it. And now I can't get it away from him. You know we got a third dog, right?
no.
It's a little 10-pound little piece of nothing. But he's the rowdiest one.
Is that your dog or Riley's dog?
It's our dog.
Oh, it's your dog. Okay. All right.
Our dog.
Our dog.
It's the one we got together. He's another rescue.
Okay. Wait a minute. He looks stoned in his confessionals. Yeah, Matt always looks stoned.
That little smirk, I just want to smack it off his face.
Ugh. Well, I don't think they're still together. I really don't.
I think they are.
You think they're together? Matt and Amani and Ani?
I'm not going to say anything. I got insider information.
Of course you do, and they're together. I believe you. Okay.
well, they want another season.
Yep. Amani wants it.
Yeah, so they've paid the hooker from Tijuana to
That's why
pretend.
she the bottom bitch.
Right. And so if she gets out of line with Amani, they'll just get another hooker.
Oh God. Oh God.
And the
Okay.
storyline works perfectly because she's not here and she's easily replaced with the next pole down.
You know.
I want that nanny to actually do a tell-all.
I want that nanny at the tell all. Well, yeah, no, do her own tell all. Go on TikTok
Yes. I gotta see if
talk
I find that nanny because I want to talk to her.
and
I gotta go
talk.
back to Shibuti and find that and see what her IG is if she has IG. But Chidi and Renee's NDAs are up. Renee hit me up on IG.
Renee. Oh, yeah.
Renee, Rainey, whatever her damn name is.
Yeah.
Cuckoo Bird Lady.
But didn't she already break NDA? Like, didn't she already spill?
Yeah, but now she's actually free of her NDA, which I'm like, what else can you say?
Yeah, I thought she said everything already.
But she said production was aware of how Chidi treated her and his sister, and same shit she's been saying.
I believe that though. I believe because I saw it firsthand. Production doesn't
But
give a
they knew
shit.
that she, about the chickens, and they did it on purpose when they filmed with them buying the chicken and all this other stuff. Yeah.
I believe it. But she has said that before. That story hasn't changed.
Who do TikToks together? Amani, Matt, and Ani? They on TikTok? I haven't seen them. Haven't run across them. Haven't. But
Did you
Niles
look for
and
them?
Matilda are filming Happily Ever After.
Who's filming Happily Ever After?
Niles and Matilda.
That's the best place for them to be.
Oh, didn't we weren't we rooting for them?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
We
I think it's Happily Ever After. Um, I knew when he was talking on TikTok that he wasn't saying too much. He wasn't telling them about, the process of getting her over here. He wasn't talking about Matilda at all like he was like about a month or so ago. I said they're filming. And Matilda is not coming on. She used to go on TikTok with them on the computer, because they would both be up there. Now it's just him.
so
So
she's here.
either she's here or she's coming here and he just can't say, but they are filming.
So then maybe they're just filming the regular 90 day.
Well, is it 90 Day or Happy? Because they're already married.
Yeah, but they got married overseas, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to get married here. He said his parents are they're coming around, is what he said. So I don't know.
Yeah, they would be happily ever after.
Yeah, they would
Was
be
it
happy.
was it a real marriage or was it a symbolic thing?
No, it was a
Do you
real
know?
marriage.
It was
Yeah, we saw them signing paperwork afterwards.
okay.
Oh, Michelle, you got to send me that link. You have to send me their link so I can go and terrorize them on their
Oh
lives.
geez, she said terrorize.
Of course I will. I'm going to terrorize them.
Mm.
Same thing I was doing to Josh for a while until his ass got tired of going live on TikTok. Same thing that I did to old gonorrhea boy till he got tired of going live a lot. So he goes once in a blue moon, and
Whatever happened to him?
he was doing, he would have all kind of people in his lives on
Did he fade
TikTok.
away?
He hasn't been live in a while on TikTok.
He kind of faded away.
Hmm.
Good. He needed
Yeah.
to go.
So don't know, but I know Lexi that you have, but we're going to talk, about Sister Wives, and I know you don't watch that show.
No, I do not. I
Is there?
barely watch 90 Day. I make
I
it a
know. Is
point
there
to watch
anything else that you can think of that we missed from covering 90 Day?
No, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think this episode was a little boring. It was a little slow. I feel
It
like
was
they're
because they had
gearing
all
up
of them
for
on there. They
yeah,
cut
they've like
everybody
they're
on there.
gearing up for weddings or something,
Yeah,
like they're just so
and
I
their
feel like
segments was so short. It was just, I was like, okay, are they cramming everybody? Yeah, they had everybody in this episode. Did they miss any couple? No, they were all in this episode.
yeah, they were. They were.
Yep,
But
they were all in there.
let me go down the line. Nina, Nina and Mark, I think they're still gonna make it.
Okay,
Stevie and Maddie, I'd be surprised if they make it down that aisle. I'll be
me
very
too.
surprised. Um, Shekinah and Sarper, we know they made it, but I don't know what all this fighting is about. I think they're angling to get another show. Who else? Jessica and Juan, they're gonna get married, and they'll be divorced in 5 years. Um,
Why five? Because
because that's when he gets his citizenship.
Yeah. Just remember Pedro and Chantel. It was the 5-year mark that all
Five
yep,
these
years.
people aim
That's when
year
you
aim
get
yep.
your
for.
citizenship.
Oh, I need to watch 90 Day. Well, I did see 90 Day Diaries, but okay, yeah, I'm kind of
Who
behind on
else?
stuff.
Who else was on it? Did I miss anybody? Oh, the
Hold on.
thruple. The thruple. I
And you
I
had
believe they made it. I believe they made it, but maybe they can move a female. I don't know, but I
okay. Then
believe they
you
made
have
it.
Juan and I mean not Juan, Sean and Aaliyah.
Though I think it's a marriage of convenience at this point.
Yep,
Like
it
he's
is.
just
It's a
doing her a
marriage of
favor.
convenience.
He's
Okay,
doing her a
and I
favor.
think
We know she's still here because, like you pointed out, she's still in the house.
yep,
Doing
and
current TikToks and stuff. Oh,
Joan and
Greg and
Gray.
Joan, I
Yes.
believe they made it.
Yep, she's here. Yep,
She's
she's
here.
still here. We know that.
I haven't
So
I haven't come across any of her. I don't actively look for anybody, but every once in a while they'll come up on my Discover page, and I haven't seen her at all.
I haven't seen her at all.
I'll see some of Greg's stuff.
Greg's, yes. And you see his hair is longer now.
I haven't noticed. I hear him on the phone with Mister over here, but I haven't noticed.
Does
Um,
he have a job yet?
I don't know. I don't ask. They just
Mm.
talk.
I'm gonna need Riley to get on his detective shit. I need him to get on his skills and do what he does best and start up a bunch of shit on IG. Uh,
Oh my God, he's in bed right now. He fell asleep early.
that's that old man stuff. He's in bed. Okay.
He went golfing today.
Oh, he did. So his back hurts.
Damn.
Congratulations, Jen. I told you just be yourself. Hi, Empress. Congratulations on your second interview. That means that you impressed them on your first interview and
Yeah,
they're
are you working
bringing
for the
you back.
state now? Is that for the state?
No,
I'm
that's
kidding.
not for the state.
I'm
I'm talking
kidding.
with Jen in the chat. You're so crazy. Congratulations, Jen. I told her, be yourself. Let them see
Yeah,
the real you. That's it.
yeah.
And you impress them, they bring you back, and that's good. Just be yourself. Don't be nervous. And if you're a little nervous, that's good. But just show them Jen, genuine Jen. See, I was Heidi. Good, you were yourself. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I really am. But don't say where. Never say where. Don't
No,
put it
don't
out
don't
anywhere on the
never
internet.
announce your moves. Never announce your moves.
Never, ever. Don't put it on the internet at all. And if you start working, don't let anybody know where you're working. If you go live and if you got a name tag, whatever, make sure you take it off before you go live. That's all I'm telling you. All right. Look, I'm giving her some
He
advice here.
didn't wear a ball cap.
She always have a cap on her head. She looks cute with her cap on her head. It comes down right to her eyebrows and you can see her eyes and stuff. She looks cute with her hat on her head. She really does. I'm gonna have to get a hat and send to Jen. Matter of fact, Jen, I'm gonna get a hat and I'm gonna send it to you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get you a hat, but you got to tell me what size you wear. Hi, Aesops. So just send me a thing on IG and let me know what size hat you wear, and I'll get you a hat and I'll send it to you.
If you ever get me a hat, Miss Heidi, I'm extra extra large.
Do you want a bucket
It,
hat?
it gotta be big hair approved.
Oh my God, Lexi, do you want to tell them about your new venture?
Oh yes, 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 yes. I partnered with the owner of Shem Naturals, and have you guys ever heard of the Yuka app?
Yes, I have. I
Okay,
was
so all of his products rate at 90 and higher. Actually 95 and higher. Only the shampoo rated at 92.
Hold on.
So
I gotta get your link. I think you sent. Oh, did you send it to me on my phone or did you send it to me on IG? No, it
on
was TikTok.
IG, I sent you the new because I started a new IG account just for that. I kind of want to separate it from cigars and my real estate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start loading that up in there. I do have a discount code for everybody. Um, Anybody wants to use it, but I've been using these products for 2 months,
Yep,
and
you have.
I have to tell you, my curls are a lot more defined. I do not use gel anymore. I've actually maybe in the last 2 months used gel 3 times, and that's because I was going to some event and I needed more definition. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But my hair grew. Even Riley's noticed a difference, and men don't notice differences.
Okay, I'm okay, Lexi, here it is. Here's your new venture. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. Oh, I'm glad you brought it. Okay, here is the link for Lexi's new venture.
Thank you so
And
much.
you know what? Let me follow.
Oh, let me send you the discount code because
Just
get a
put it in the
discount
chat.
by yeah.
And
Type
let
into the
me.
chat.
Oh, you can't type in the chat? Okay, send it to me. Send it to me on IG.
Or
So
just put it in the private chat,
oh,
Okay.
and she
okay.
could copy it from there and put it in the live chat.
Okay.
So I just followed you. It's
Okay.
divinely textured. I'm gonna have to go in there. Michelle, you need to check out her products because she told me about this when she first was thinking
Yeah.
about it and she was using it. And I told her once she just and I'm gonna put it up on my community post as well. So you guys can go check it out. Uh
I'm typing it into the
oh,
chat
y'all were
now.
talking shit about me in a private chat. I just see y'all were talking shit about me in a private chat. I didn't I'm sorry, but you know when I start talking about Diddy and shit like that, I get excited, girl.
You
I get
did.
excited.
so
His
so
day of reckoning is here.
so Michelle, you're a curly girl, and you know we tend curly girls. We tend to get a lot of buildup. And once a month, I do an apple cider vinegar wash to get rid of the buildup. Since using this product, I haven't had to do the apple cider vinegar wash. Like it's really that good.
Okay, let me see. Okay, she dropped it. Hold on. Let me give you this code. Hold on.
And thank you for sharing that, Miss Heidi.
Yes, and we're gonna share it every time we go live. And I'm gonna put it thing. Yes, we'll share it every time we go
So
live.
because I don't have anything else going on in my life, that particular Instagram account, I'm gonna try to keep it updated every two days. I have a few posts coming out. Just to promote the products, promote the routine. I have to start filming the routine. I'm gonna
And
have the
Lexi, if you do, okay, if you do like you've been doing your little TikTok things, if you do a little infomercial or whatever, I will put it on my YouTube thing too.
okay. And I have a meeting with the creator of these products.
Okay.
We're gonna video, and I'm gonna have him talk about it and talk about what he did.
Yep. And when you
He,
get that video, you need to send it to me. You can put it on TikTok or put it on Instagram. I'll grab it and I'll share it on YouTube. And Riley needs to share it on his channel as well. Besides the cigar thing, with the machine, the GS had me watching that shit. I was like, this is interesting though. He walked through, with the little code. I was like,
oh
you
my
go
god,
ahead, Riley.
yeah, yeah. He's he's very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. But yeah, no, thank you for that. And like I said, I'm gonna start posting more about the routine and just what I do. I've actually minimized what I do to my hair and
Okay.
my morning
And you
routine.
told me I can use it on mine as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I need to order directly from you or do I order from
You
Y
could
Shem?
you could order from Shem So the owner is Israeli. Shem means I think it means heavenly or great, something like that.
Okay.
Um which is why I went with that word divinely. And I have
Okay.
textured hair. Um you can order it directly from there, and that code, gets you, I believe, a 25% discount.
Oh my God,
Um
he's handsome as shit. I'm looking at him.
he was a salon owner in Soho, and he closed his salons in Soho, and now he's a cook here in the Poconos, right next door to the cigar lounge. His food is amazing as well, and he's all about
Is
natural
he single?
lifestyles. It looks like it.
Yeah. Can you get him to come on the show so I can flirt? He cute as shit with that little gray in his beard. He's sexy. I see some eye candy right about now. Shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and he's funny.
You know what?
Kobe, he's funny too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to come to the cigar lounge. Yes, I am. Okay. He's got 25 years of experience in the beauty industry. Kobe
Mm-hmm.
discovered the home for. Oh my God, Kobe looks good too. Let me go back and look at Kobe again. Yeah,
Okay. You look at Kobe.
Kobe is a good look. You know, when I see eye candy, I gotta stop. I see the shampoo, which is a hydrant. Okay, Kobe, I believe you. Matter of fact, I need him to come shampoo my hair. I'm just saying.
You are funny.
Just saying. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need him to come do me some shit. You know, he's got 25 years experience.
He's been, yeah, like I said, he had salons in Soho, and he just closed them down to be out here in PA full time. And he also has the restaurant. And he's all about
No,
natural
he's got
living,
a damn
natural.
family. I see a wife and one, two, three, four damn kids.
Yeah, I never met his wife though. Never met his wife. Never seen
Four
her around.
kids.
He's never mentioned her, so I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they're divorced because he don't have no ring on that finger. But
No,
I
he
see
don't.
a picture.
He don't. He never wears a ring.
Shim. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I'm not worried about her because I can take him from her. Yeah. Okay, I can take him from her. I'm not worrying about her.
And
She's
I
no
tell you,
competition.
he
But
could
them four
cook.
little brat, look, but them four little brats he had. Just joking.
You are funny. The man
Oh, they saying
can.
share the screen. I'm so sorry. Let me just- I was so busy looking at him, then I clicked on learn more, and I see the goddamn wife and the kids. I'm like, I don't want to see them damn with people. Okay, so our story. Here we go. Oh God. Let me go back. Jesus Christ. Okay, learn more. So then we go here. Look, 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 look. And they're all like stairs. Stepping stairs.
But I never seen these people up here. I've never seen them at the restaurant. I've never seen them hang. I've met Paco, which is his dog. It's only him and his dog every
Maybe he
time I see.
divorced. That's all I can say. Okay. But I like the packaging too. Love it.
Yeah, yeah, we got to work on the packaging a little bit. Oh, and let me tell you, the oil, the
Uh-huh.
hair oil.
See, I was looking at that. I think this is the hair oil right here. And then this one, because I like to put stuff on my scalp when I first shampoo it. And then I don't do anything else. I don't put any more oils in my hair at all.
So here's how good this oil is. I'm able to use it on my face.
Oh.
I use it on my face. I use it on my cuticles. I use it on my elbows where I get the driest. No
Look at it.
longer dry and not oily.
He's so cute.
Yeah, that's Kobe.
He's so cute. He got nice hands too. Look, he's got nice hands too. Okay, anyway. Hi, Corn's mom. Hi, sweetie. Oh my God. But yeah. Look, that's the first thing I saw was Kobe. Okay, I was like, okay, he a good looking man. He good looking. I'm gonna use his products. Look, I'm gonna use his products, and
You
I need
can
a
use this
personalized shampoo.
I like the fact that it's all natural.
Yep,
You're not putting shit
I'm
on
gonna.
you.
You need to tell me what I need to order, Lexi, so I know what to order.
Yeah, let's link up tomorrow,
Okay.
okay? And
All
I'll
right.
but the shampoo, the conditioner, and the curl cream, which he has it listed as a hair cleanser, a daily cleanser, it's really a curl cream. Those three products and the oil, that's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need anything else.
Okay. Okay.
And like I said, in the last 2 months, I've only used gel twice, 3 times, and it was for events, so that I can create that cast and have the real, curly curls going. That's it. I don't use it. I don't use anything else.
Okay. Well, I'll hook up with you tomorrow, and you can tell me what I need to order.
Yep, will do.
Okay.
Will. All right, go on
All
to
right. Well,
Sister
thank
Wives.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And tell Riley that old man syndrome. He probably gonna have a tendonitis, or what is it? Tendonitis in his elbow and all kinds of stuff.
I don't know what the hell he that's his thing now. He goes golfing. He
Well,
was
shit, he
forced
ain't got
into
nothing else to do.
retirement. He goes golfing. Yep.
Let him go golf. Shit. He needs
I
to get with
I
Kelly one day.
I
Yeah,
ain't
he needs to
arguing.
take Kelly golfing.
I ain't arguing. He out of the house, out of my hair. Great. I don't argue.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right, sweetie. I'll talk at you later.
Bye, Debbie.
Bye, hon.
Bye. All right, girl. Let's get into this. Let's get into Sister Wives. Go ahead, ma'am.
Um, we had a discussion about this on our channel, and people were mixed. When I say people, I mean Lena. Uh, Lena did not like the format of the show, but I liked how they set it up.
Who was it?
Lena.
Lena. Okay.
Yes, she watches us just for Sister Wives, and she's very
Yes.
dedicated. But she's also like she's been through a lot in her life. She's been involved with Mormonism and has a lot of knowledge about it. She just wanted it to be about Garrison. And I thought there was a lot of symbolism in how they structured the episode. Um, she didn't like the first part, which showed Christine and Mary. And at first, I didn't either. But as the episode unfolded, I saw the symbolism in it because it is like one moment you are good, everything is going fine, it's just another ordinary day. And then you get a call and everything implodes. Everything that you knew before that phone rang is suddenly completely changed. It's turned on its axis. And I thought Janelle was truly very honest and open about Garrison. It seems like everybody knew, but they protected him and tried to help him. Seeing Maddie come up was heartbreaking, but Gabe, oh my God. I hope that they never show Gabe again. I really do. I want this to be the last time we see Gabe, unless he's in the background somewhere, because
Why?
that child has cried so many times on
Yep.
our screens. I thought that he was the most fragile out of all of them, but thank God he's been getting therapy along the way. I wish Garrison could have saw some help, saw that as an access for help. so that he would still be here. Um, Janelle's sister Carrie was
Yes.
riveting. Um, Mary,
That's what
Mary
I wanted
getting
to
that
say.
call.
Mary, when she was sitting in that confessional and they were filming, when Cody kept
Mhm,
calling, and she was like, "That's odd," and then she told him that she was filming. She
mhm,
she said it, and then he called. He said, it's an emergency," and she answered,
mhm,
and I was waiting for her. I was waiting to hear a scream. I really was.
mhm.
I was waiting
Well,
to hear a
I
scream.
think I think there might have been a reaction, but I think they cut it.
Yep,
And
because
the
Mary.
one thing that I picked up when Mary, like after seeing the scene where she was told, they then cut it to after.
Hello? Debbie, you're frozen. Debbie, I think she lost. Debbie, Debbie. My thing was with Mary, I didn't think Robin she could even force a tear out of her eye. There was, hi, Bonero. Where my flowers, girl? She couldn't even force a tear out of her eye. I don't think we needed to see Robin at all. Sorry, not sorry. I think Mary was more authentic than Christine. Don't ask me why. Because when Christine was trying to think of, his favorite line from the movie, that should have been right there. Um, Without you having, but then she got choked up about it. But I'm gonna agree. I think Michelle said the first 12 minutes were useless, and I felt that way until I saw okay, you're back.
Yeah, I don't know why my internet drops like that.
I don't know, but go ahead and finish what you were saying, sweetie.
Yeah, there's just two more things that I noticed. There was a marked difference when they asked the original three wives what happened, and they all gave their reactions. Christine went into her office and fell to the floor. Um, Mary was like, "Not our kids." Janelle got in the car and blacked out. And well, not blacked out. She said she can't remember what happened. She was driving, she can't remember what happened. And then you see Robin, and to me her facial expression was just like frustrated that she couldn't drop a tear, and she wanted to know what happened. And that seemed disjointed because the first three wives considered this kid one of their children, and she never connected with any of these kids that weren't her own. Um, and then the last thing, it was with Cody. I felt his reaction was genuine at first, um, because he was stupefied in the confessional. Once he got out by the fire pit, that was staged and choreographed for him because the fire pit was symbolizing that the little that Garrison liked fire. I thought I I thought at parts he was genuine. I thought his need to have a task to take his child to his final resting place, it resonated
That
with
was
me, and I
touching
thought
to
it was
me. And
genuine.
yep, that was touching. I can't stand Cody, but that was touching.
Yeah. Um, uh, at times, I thought that Robin was lost, like she was zoning out during his whatever it was he was saying. At times I didn't think she was actually looking at him, but that could be just a camera angle. Um,
I don't think
And
Robin really cared because as much as she whines about sitting on the porch with her sister wives, she couldn't even make a tear drop out of her eye, girl.
well, it wasn't about her. So I don't know. I thought
Mary
her,
was emotional. Christine, of course, Janelle. Robin couldn't even fake like she was just, oh, she made me so fucking mad. I didn't need to see her. I
well,
didn't.
I think Cody and Janelle were in charge of this episode, what was shown. And I think that was the reason why we didn't see much of Robin. Because she really didn't have anything to contribute with regards
Yeah,
to
but I was
Garrison.
waiting for her to say,
And I
I'll
was
ride with
asking
you.
everyone,
That's what I was waiting for her to say. Well, I'll go with you. No, he wants this trip to be him and his son. He wants to pick up that gun.
oh, but she's gonna
She
go.
is.
Yeah, they're gonna go up early. And we're gonna see them riding a horse together or something like that. It's gonna be really nauseating. It seems like they're gonna skip from March to the summertime
When they actually put him in
when they take them to,
Wyoming, yes.
yeah. So that will be interesting, and we're seeing how they're fast forwarding. um I mean, this was really a difficult episode to watch. um
I think Janelle
we don't
held
know
up
this
really
family
well. I think
personally,
Janelle held up really
but we've been following them for so many seasons, and we watch these children grow up, and the children were the only good thing that ever came out of this show. And it was sad to see one of them taken by his own hand. But I hope that he has found some peace now, and it seems like Gabe is taking advantage of the resources and doing the therapy, doing the work. And like I said, I hope we never see that poor boy again, because he has been the most open and emotionally raw on this show. And I I would prefer not to see him in distress anymore, especially after he
He
was the
found
one
his
who
brother.
found.
That's what
Yes.
I want to know. Did they
Yeah.
say that he was actually in therapy?
Remember, earlier in the season, Janelle and him were in the kitchen cooking something together, and he was talking about having the therapy and how to handle the situation with his father. And so he's been in therapy before this happened, just like how Janelle told Carrie. So I feel like he wouldn't stop. He will continue to go to therapy because he needs the tools to handle this situation. Um, I felt bad for Maddie and Caleb when they said they almost had him out to North Carolina. If he had went, and I'm doing the what ifs, just like Cody was talking about, if he had went, um, could he have made it a little bit longer, or would it have been the same end? You never know. Um, Cody's saying what if, what if, what if. Every time he said what if,
Yeah, all the what
I got
ifs. And yeah,
angry.
that was really,
I got
yep,
angry because you were in the same city as your
exactly.
kid and you didn't make the effort. But I kind of like pushed that down. Um, him saying, I wish I had more time. Again, that made me
Wait a
angry.
minute. He said Robin wanted
But
him
he's
to
the one
film
who's
what
got liberty.
scene? With them out
Hmm.
on the property? What scene did she want him to film?
Who?
Michelle is saying that
He said, well,
Cody is
I'm
saying that
saying that
Robin wanted
scene.
him to film that scene.
Is that the one on the horses?
I can't stand it.
I think it said that he lived in the same town as his dad. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a burden for Cody to live with, because all the what ifs that you were sitting down there saying. Oh, and when he brought up COVID, this is something that I was asking our chat. When he brought up the COVID situation, I swear she said good. I was like, wait,
You told
what?
me to listen, and Debbie, I swore she said that too.
And I like that Janelle called it out and said it as it was. He was a good boy. But when COVID hit, the
Yeah,
anxiety and the depression, and he tried to self medicate with the alcohol. What else happened during COVID? The
with the family.
breakup between father and
Yeah,
son. So I'm glad Janelle put
but
that
she
out
said
there
that he had been there that way before, but he never.
during
Yeah,
the
but
COVID.
I think with the girlfriend
Yeah.
breaking up with him too, that was a lot.
Oh, I didn't know he had a
They said the
girlfriend that broke
girlfriend
up
had
with
broke
him.
up with him like a few days before.
Oh wow. So then Janelle was still hiding because she said, I don't know what was different that day.
So maybe it's when they filmed it, but if you remember when we were reading, his girlfriend had broke up with him.
Oh. He said Robin wanted him to film that scene, the scene at the fire pit.
This,
No.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why it came over so
Yes.
contrived to me. And how he was fawning over her when she was like, do you want me to leave you alone?
No,
He said,
yep. You
no,
want me to,
I want you
girl,
here with
girl, when she
me.
even said it, I was like, you fake bitch. She's so
Yeah,
fake.
I
She's
don't
so
know.
fake. I can't stand
I
her.
don't know.
I'm so sorry. I just can't. There is nothing redeemable about Robin to me at all. Nothing. Nothing. And I felt Cody, just the way he was sitting there for that little, I actually felt something for him. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, I don't want to feel shit for you. But when he was talking about, when his daughter wanted to come in and then he gave out the holler, he's got to exaggerate because that's when the grief, and then explaining it to his kids.
But
Your kids weren't even around
did
Garrison.
you
You meant Robin's kids because,
did you also notice what he said? Gwendolyn called him and asked him if she can
yep,
come over, and he said
yep,
yes.
because they have to call before they go to Robin's
And
house.
and then he said at one point that Robin was trying to console Gwendolyn, and then Mary said when she got there,
Yep,
Gwendolyn ran to her and
yep.
hugged her. That was a little that was
But I
crazy.
think when he said, "How am I going to do this?" He's talking about for the rest of his life, every birthday, every holiday. Let me tell you something, Cody. You miss how many holidays? How many birthdays have you missed? The only one you were calling was Gabriel. You weren't calling
But he
Garrison.
wasn't calling Gabriel for his birthday. He called Gabriel on his birthday to ask him what the symptoms of
Yep,
COVID was.
yep.
So he doesn't
Nope,
call
he
those
doesn't.
children for their
That's when he
birthday.
said that. I was like, what the fuck are we talking about here? How many birthdays have you missed because of Robin? How many holidays that you were having a fit for because Janelle wanted to go spend it with, but you wanted to be, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I know he lost his son,
But
but
what
Jesus,
is
stop.
what is truly sad is that all of this happened last year. But how many of those relationships have improved in the years since Garrison's
It hasn't
passing?
improved.
None.
It hasn't improved. Because that can happen. You know what? I was so pissed off when he said that about the birthdays and holidays. I'm like, you bitch.
Chantel, I don't think Cody feels guilty about the way how he treated Garrison because he still feels like he's owed an apology and that she is owed an apology. What's she name? Robin. I don't think I don't think he's capable of feeling guilt because it's never nothing's ever his fault. It was always the wife's
Yep.
fault or the kid's fault. It was never
Yeah,
him.
but one thing Janelle did say is that Garrison had the support and the resources. She did say that, and she said that It was an animal that got out of control. He couldn't get a hold of. But she said she knew they did everything they could. And I think that's what helps her deal with this because she knew they were doing everything they could for him.
Yep. The baptism scene was filmed after all of this happened.
But I didn't know
I,
they had a
I
private viewing. So did he shoot himself
yeah,
in the head or the chest?
I don't know. If they did a viewing, because Mary said it was the last
His
time he
body. Yep.
saw his physical
Yep. There was a
body.
viewing.
I I don't. If you and it depended on what kind of wep like what size apparatus he
Well, I
used.
was thinking about that, and I
Um,
said that that was dumb because my niece put the thing to her temp, but there was a viewing also. So yeah, so they could. Okay,
mhm. I don't think it was
okay,
in the head. Maybe he did his
okay.
best. Yeah, because if you do that to the head, there's really nothing left. Don't they do closed casket for that?
Yeah, but if they did it, if it was that bad, I don't think they would have had a viewing. Yeah, I don't
Right,
think they would have had a
right.
viewing.
That's my feeling too.
But you notice how Robin had to
Janelle said
say she
that
was in
she
her room
was trying to
working,
work on
and
his
then Cody
relationship with
came in looking
Cody.
shocked. You remember? But it was good to see Maddie. It was
Hmm.
good to see.
She became her mother,
Yep,
very stoic. And when she said that something changes in mentally when you have to inform your siblings that a sibling has passed, she's
yep.
right.
And when she said that,
She's
when
right.
but when Janelle said that, she got it and then she just started driving, I'm thinking that is not the time you should be driving yourself. But she did what she had to do. But when she called Maddie
Hmm.
and she said, Maddie told her, I was just about to call you. And she told her she was driving to
Hmm.
Garrison's house. He had committed. It was just like, just them recalling that.
Well, I also noted that Mary, again, an OG wife, she contacted Janelle and said, I'm getting food and I'm coming over. I
To
don't know
do.
what
Yep, she
else
was
to
getting
do,
food.
but
And
I'm
Mary went.
coming.
But did Robin
Yep.
go? Probably not.
No.
But
Robin was still
yeah, but you
collecting
remember how
details.
Gabriel called him Gare? Remember he said Gare? I thought that
Yeah.
was just it was a term of endearment, and I was like, but I was looking
Yeah.
at him but on his new thing on Instagram, his hair is short. He looks so good.
Yeah, those three boys, okay, so I'm going to lump the four
They all
boys
look alike.
together. Hayden, Garrison, Gabe, Gabriel,
They
and
all look alike.
Hunter all look so
Yep.
much alike. I don't know who Logan looked like. Logan looked like Mary. I don't know. No, but I really don't know who Logan looks like. Got to be like a grandparent or something like that. But those four boys
Yep, they look
together,
alike. But notice,
they look a lot alike. And Hunter and Garrison, I used to get those two
I would still get
confused.
them confused. But notice when Gabrielle
Hmm.
said that how Garrison always wanted to make everybody around him comfortable. Everybody around, he
Yeah,
always wanted to make sure that they were okay.
yeah.
And he
Mhm.
did. He thought of his family first, is basically what I got from that. And I think he was in a desperate situation and probably the drinking, and now your girlfriend broke up with you, you're feeling abandonment again, you know what I'm saying? And it's all, but when Janelle said that
Mhm.
they would talk 3 or 4 times a day or text, and she said that weird call, and that's when she sent them to go check because but he wasn't responding to her. That to me was
Mhm.
just
But she said that he had done that
Yep,
before. He would like drink too much, pass out,
you'll
and
be
in the
fine.
morning he'd
Yep.
be back up again texting.
But she said that she
Um,
had tried. What was it? Madison said she had tried to convince Garrison to move to North Carolina,
yeah.
and he was getting closer to agreeing
And
to it before he died.
I mean, even McKelty was tolerable in this episode. And Tony, I never liked Tony. But he,
Yeah, I was able to
they had
tolerate
their
him
little
this
bit
episode too.
going.
Yeah, but it was it was stoic. I just didn't want to see Robin because she made me sick and she was out of place to me.
Oh, Hunter has Janelle's eyes and Garrison had Cody's eyes. Oh, I still can't tell them apart though, especially when they have like when they were both in the military and had those buzz cuts. I was very
Yep.
confused.
And that last picture they showed of him on that boat, sailing, I mean, on the water, that was nice. That was really,
Hmm.
really nice. But damn.
So everybody, we're gonna see everybody back together in Wyoming, like even Gwen and Peyton, like
Yep.
they're gonna put those things aside and
But let
go.
me ask you something. Did Mary say anything about her son? Because I don't remember seeing him in the pictures we looked at the services. Did anybody see Leon?
Leon and his partner, they were there at the military
Okay.
service. And Leon is going to come to that because Leon was close to all of those kids.
Yeah, but when oh my God, when
Don't forget Leon and his partner was at the wedding too.
yep, but when
Hmm.
Christine said that Hunter had called her, she said, and she very, Hunter is not big on calling. And she said she went into
Hmm.
that office and she said she just fell on the floor.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't have any type of emotion or anything, you can see Mary struggling. You can see because they raised Garrison. You see Christine
Hmm.
struggling. Robin couldn't even bring
Michelle, the
herself to cry.
garage scene. Is that the one with Garrison's photo on that table with all of the tools? Was that McMansion too?
They filmed the
Michelle,
garage
how you be
scene.
getting all this
They filmed
information?
the garage scene in Cody's new mansion. Really?
I hate to say this,
So
but
Gabriel is the one trying to work on his
honestly,
relationship with Cody.
I feel like I always say that Cody's gonna come to a bad end. I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to
You think?
Garrison's. When all the walls start closing in on him and there's no more lies to tell, no more, webs to weave, he's gonna wind up in a bad place.
But let me ask, because they were filming during Covina, and
Mhm.
did we see? I know when Garrison went off on his dad, was that Garrison or Gabriel that went off when they were out there supposed to be working in the yard? Which one of them went? Because he was talking about having his girlfriend come over. Who went off on Cody that day? Was it Garrison or was it
There
Gabriel?
was a couple of times, but it was always the two of them. Once they had confronted mom in her backyard when she had the house rental. Then Cody took both of them out to Coyote Pass to chip wood chunks or whatever, and both of them confronted Cody. And yeah, that I think that was the last time they were together with Cody, um, in a confrontation.
So I wanted to know around what time. I forgot the time that he did because they said I forgot what they said was the official time of death. But she said that he had stopped texting her around 8:30 that night. and she had asked his brothers to go check
Mhm.
on him or to keep checking on him.
Mhm.
So I wanted to know
Yeah.
if after 8:30, if he took his life right after that time or right after he taught. And I'm thinking it was around 8:45 or 9 o'clock was the official time of death, based on the time when he had spoke to Janelle and then all that other stuff. I think that's what it came back to. I need to go find that. I need to go find that. But I was trying to remember which one of them actually got into it with Cody, because it was him and the two boys out there, and they were talking about having girlfriends over, going whatever it was, and he was talking about his rules,
Mhm.
and I was trying to remember which one of them.
Oh, they said the official time of death not publicly available. Hmm.
What pencils wet comment?
It's a shame that
No,
Cody
they
won't
still
use
haven't
AJ
talked
to
about what
manipulate
McKelty.
him.
I think it had to do with that funeral.
Oh, Michelle is talking about because during COVID, remember when he said when he was telling Janelle bye bye,
Exactly. So
that
done.
they're old enough they can
Hmm.
get out, and they were putting wetting their pencils with the girlfriends before everybody's health. So if they
Oh
want to
yeah,
wet their
yeah.
pencil, they can get out.
But which
Yeah.
one was he fussing? Who did he get into the argument with that day? It was
Both
both
of
of them.
them
Okay.
was both of them was working and seeing friends, and I think both of them had
Yes.
girlfriends at the time.
He's sitting there going, he wouldn't be able to make things right. What if? What if? You've other kids out there, Cody. What if? Have you tried anything to try to mend that besides going to visit those girls that one time? Have you tried to mend that relationship? No.
I don't. I think they're gonna skip over. So Dunn says, was it ever discussed that McKelty and Robin had a falling out? Now they had the falling out at one of the services leading up to, like, prior to his final internment in Wyoming, where McKelty and Tony allegedly said that Robin asked something that was
Yep.
inappropriate with regards to Garrison's, I believe, his
Yep.
estate. And that's why, you know, McKelty fell
All
out
of
with
that fell to
Robin.
Janelle. It didn't fall to Cody. She took care of all of that. But she was wondering about his estate, his money. What I asked Wendy was, which one of the boys did he have the argument with doing C-19 when they were out there working? And Debbie said it was both boys. I remember they were out there. He always had little
Mhm.
projects he was working on. Yeah, because they were in the yard. And I remember it was Garrison and Gabriel, but I couldn't remember which one it was. But it was both of them. Those boys are competition in that religion, especially when you're outspoken as
Mhm.
Janelle's kids are. Yes.
Yeah, and they were speaking up against the supposed
Yep.
alpha, and they were making more sense
Yep.
than he was.
So
Especially when he said, "What if your mom gets sick? Who's gonna take care of her?" And the two of them
we
said,
will.
"We will."
Because we know damn well he
And that
wouldn't.
is what
He was too busy
exactly
being over there with
happened.
Robin and her kids. The real kids.
Hmm.
Jesus. Three of them said you would not
But
do it.
but remember when all of them got sick? That's who took care of Janelle, them
Yep.
boys. But what confused me though was when Janelle was talking with Carrie and she was like, "Oh my God, Savannah's going to be moving out here. It's going to be so crowded." Well, who was she staying with and where was she?
Who, Savannah? I thought she was in college.
Savannah. Yeah, but she wasn't in North Carolina. Remember when Janelle was talking to her sister, she said that Savannah is finally going to move over here and she's starting university over here in August. And I'm like, so who is she with? Where is she?
She was in Utah with all the rest of them.
Not Savannah was in Utah?
Remember, because
When?
first she was living down. You remember when they drove Savannah down to wherever, was it to Maddie's house?
That was
Isabel. Well,
Isabel.
Savannah was in school. Remember, she was at the university. I thought she was at Utah. They were all in Utah.
Uh, I know she was in high school and she graduated, and I thought
Savannah
she was
is
moving with
Janelle's
her
daughter,
mom.
right? You remember
Yeah, her
Savannah
last one.
graduated the year, um, the same year that Garrison, or last year, Savannah graduated. Remember when they were moving down to North Carolina? I said, where the hell is Savannah? Because they had Truly with them. And you the one that told me that Savannah was in college. Because she had already graduated.
Because I know that she was in college in North Carolina, but when she graduated from high school in 2023 and then moved to London. She moved to London.
Oh, because I was wondering when the hell she was when they were moving to North Carolina.
Hold on. She graduated in the spring of 2023. Hold on, let me see if I can find something here.
Yep, that's okay. My plant was delivered. I gotta go get it. Oh, God. Okay.
That's weird. Okay, maybe she got an internship or something like that. So now it makes sense that she said that she was moving to North Carolina.
Yep. Because I thought she was in college, and maybe she did take an internship or travel abroad. Hi, Scotland. How are you, sweetie? Isabel was there
It
for
seems
college.
that she
Okay.
did, Jenny
Savannah never
Ken.
went there. Isabel was there for college. Remember, I was asking where was Savannah when they were moving down there?
Let me see. Let me see if I can find Savannah Brown. Um,
It's okay, Debbie. We'll figure it out.
huh?
We'll figure it out. But I remember I was asking where
Mhm.
was she? Because she didn't go to North Carolina. Remember, Christine wanted to do
Okay.
yet another flash mob, but no one wanted to do it. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was in Christine's house. Maddie got up on the chair. Maddie tried her best, and Savannah was just looking at her like she had a cracked head or something. Um,
Okay, I don't remember that one.
Wait, hold on. She did not. This is the wrong Savannah
Hi,
Brown.
Kimmy Kim. Hi, Jane. How are you? What are you typing?
I'm trying to look up what happened to Savannah after
Do we
graduating.
really care? She just wasn't there.
I do. You gotta love how Janelle is with her kids. I love it that she said that they do mental health checks more often now.
I think when you have that type of tragedy, I think everybody's going to do a little more. Well, shit, because I know after my niece did what she did, yeah, and trying to pull her mother out of that funk was hard, and it still is. Every time you talk to her, she's bringing up
Mhm.
her name, and I'm like, here we go. And then she starts crying, and I'm like, I can't deal with this. I just can't. But I was left to call the funeral homes to find and then call to make sure, when the body was released. And I've never had to do that kind of shit, but I did it. I definitely did it. What? Debbie, did you hear that? That she
What?
cuts her hair with the butter knife?
Who does that?
Crazy Robin, I guess.
She does not. She go to a posh salon to get her color and
Not
cut
her
done.
hair, Ariella's hair, the little girl.
Oh, but what can a butter knife cut though?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't believe that. Um,
She must have stayed with Gwendolyn in Flagstaff. But I know because we were trying to
maybe.
figure out if she was still in school and was going to finish school there, but don't know what happened to her.
Maybe she did stay with Gwen. Well, I'm glad that she's heading back with her mom. That's awesome.
Yeah, the fact that Cody is the one that reached out, that's what I wanted to say. The fact that Cody reached out to Mary was shocking.
I don't think it was shopping shocking. That was an automatic reflex because that's his
Oh,
original wife.
yeah.
And she, like I said, she was the director of HR.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So his natural instinct would be, let me call
Yep,
Mary.
that's true. That's true. I didn't even think about it like that. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Because as soon as I saw that, I said, look at that bitch. Old habits die
I didn't
hard.
think of it like that.
Mm-hmm. So all of that bullshit that he's
What
saying,
kids
I
is
hate
Gwen
my
talking
wives, I
about?
never loved them, all of that bullshit.
Gwen,
Are
what
you going to
what
come and grow
Bravo
in this
kids?
place?
New show with the kids. What kids? Oh, Debbie, it's 10 something your time. What kids?
Yeah, I'm hearing that Robin and
Oh God.
Rosina had about. Oh, I heard that they were pushing for one, but are they seriously going to give
I
them one?
hope not.
They better not do it during the
I hope
funeral.
not. I hope
Mm.
not. Bravo's a new show with the kids. I don't know what kids. Y'all know I'm not a big Bravo person unless it's Housewives, but I'll see. Um, I'll have to check it out. All right. I know it's late for you. Well, it's late here. So, but anything else on that happened on Sister Wives that you want to be? It's just, ugh.
No, just
When I sat
finally,
there
I
and
hope
watched
this
it, Debbie, I
has
had to watch it.
peace.
I had to be detached from it because it brought back a
Mm-hmm.
lot of memories. With getting that call, I
Oh,
remember distinctly. I had just came in from Louisiana. I just came in from Lake Charles. We were in the bed, kept blowing up my phone, and I'm like, "Girl, do you know what they were?" And they were like, "Did you hear?" I said, "Did I hear what?" And I said, I sat straight up in my bed, and then Clint looked at me. I was like, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. I said, let me call her because they couldn't get her. She kept trying to get in that room where she had did it at, and they didn't
mm-hmm.
want her to go in there. So they called me. You have to get her. And I'm like, and I got her on the phone, and I was like, you're not going in that room for no reason. Are you going in there? So that was pretty hard.
Hmm.
So
No, he's
just
at peace
yeah,
now,
yeah,
so that's
she
all
had
we can
yeah,
hope
she
for.
was bipolar and schizophrenic. So I just yeah, I really didn't want to watch it, but I did, and I was trying to be just detached from it. But when I saw Robin, I got really pissed because there was no emotions there at all.
Okay. Oh, 10:30. Okay. I have to
Yep, I
run.
have to go as well.
So,
But
yeah.
guys, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I will try to be back either Saturday or Sunday. I'll get with Debbie to see either Saturday or Sunday, but I'll see. I'll see. Might be both, maybe one, but I'll see. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye. Let me see, Debbie. We got to go out. Look. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, Debbie. Look, we're going out. Bye, guys. Bye.